for the intermediate football promotion tie as Caiseal, fresh from their famous victory over Williamstown at this very ground in Salthill, take on Claregalway, who last weekend defeated Down to claim the Premier Junior 2 crown. Whoever wins will be in the Intermediate Football Championship in Galway next season, and for Caiseal it's an exciting couple of weeks ahead, because after winning the Primary Junior title they will be representing Galway in the Connacht Club Championship in 2 weeks' time, when they make a trip to Leitrim to take on their champions. That will be decided today. But the pressure is on for Caiseal to ensure that their first team makes it back into the intermediate ranks, while for Claregalway they'll be hoping to join Corofin as one of two senior teams to have their second team playing intermediate football. There's a lot at stake. It's a 12 noon throw-in for Caiseal in Claregalway. Táfáiltear Galéir, welcome to Pearse Stadium in Salthill on this beautiful sunny afternoon, a far cry from the deluge of last night. We're here for the Primary Junior Football Championship promotion clash of Caiseal and Claregalway, a place in the intermediate ranks in the Galway Championship next season at stake for two sides who last weekend were crowned Primary Junior and Primary Junior 2 champions respectively. For Caiseal it was a famous victory as they overcame Williamstown after extra time in a thrilling Primary Junior final. And for the second team's competition, which included Claregalway and Down in the county final last weekend, it was a fine victory for Claregalway in Tuam Stadium, which sets them up for a chance to join Corofin as a senior team to have a second team playing in intermediate football. So it's all about promotion. No cup on the line here today, just a case of which of these teams will take their place in the championship draw for the intermediate grade next season in Galway. The story doesn't end here for Caiseal, however, because in 2 weeks' time they will be out representing Galway in the Connacht Junior Club Football Championship. They will find out their opponents later on this afternoon when the Leitrim Junior County Final is played. But for now, it's 1 hour to separate one of these sides from a place in the intermediate ranks, and for Caiseal I'm sure there will be huge motivation to back up their victory in the Primary Junior Championship with a place in intermediate. Let's start with a look at the Caiseal team then, led by their Banisher Sean O'Cahasey. In goals is Eamon O'Malodge. In the full back line they have Daniel Nash, Sean O'Curbeen and Tomás O'Halloran. In the half line, Jacob O'Connor, Matthew Nee and Dylan Shoiga. Midfield, it's the familiar pairing of Mikey Coleman of Artha, August Ricardo Gurum, Insna Tussiha, Sean O'Curreen, Darragh Crohur and Cathal O'Lijon, and an inside line of Darragh Coulon, the full forward and team captain Mikey Brannock, August Iver Hochjeg, Pádraig O'Coulon. Anish Claregalway wearing their green and gold, and their goalkeeper is Killian Walsh. They have a full back line of Owen Geraghty, the joint captain Ian Fitzmaurice and Michael Coleman. A half line that includes Sean Lyons, Garrod Hennessy and Owen Connolly. The midfield pairing, David Tarmy and wearing number 20 Mark Concannon. And a forward line that includes Brian Connaughton, Morgan Moran and Cian O'Callaghan. And a full forward line of Shane O'Huckagon, Matthew Collins and Sean O'Callaghan. All in all, conditions are excellent here in Pearse Stadium, considering that last night the county senior hurling final was played in an absolute deluge, driving wind and rain, which made life very, very difficult for the hurlers of Loughrea and St. Thomas's. In that instance, it was Loughrea who were victors by a single point. But here today, the conditions are far better. Still a breeze blowing down the field from left to right as we look out, but the sun is shining and it's far more pleasant for the footballers of Caiseal and Claregalway. So who's going to come through this? Well, let's get the expert opinion of the Galway Under-20 football manager Kevin Johnson, who joins us back on Galway GATV for this fixture. Kevin, we were privileged to watch a really good junior final here in Pearse Stadium before the county football final 2 weeks ago, or last week, when we saw, of course, the victory of Moycullen over Salthill Knocknacarra, but equally as many plaudits for what Caiseal and Williamstown put on beforehand in the junior final.
Yeah, brilliant game of football, and just the application from both teams was just so brilliant. But what was really stood out to me was the resilience of Carnacashel. They looked at 2 stages in the second half that they weren't going to come back, but they kept grinding it out, and got the equaliser with a fantastic 2-pointer, sent it the extra time, and they were the better team in extra time. But look, that resilience, if they can bring that character and resilience again today, I think they have a fantastic chance, especially with the conditions so good here today.
Well, Darragh O'Connor's 2-pointer is still being talked about both on social media and for those of us here in Pearse Stadium today. It really was the score of the year, and one that just flattened Williamstown, who must have thought at that stage that they had one hand on the cup. But maybe Carnacashel will be just starting out on a journey in a Connacht Junior Championship, which last year saw Oncararua from Galway go all the way, not just to provincial success but also to All-Ireland success. So who knows where this goes from Carnacashel, but surely if there's pressure to be on either team, it must be on them today to finish the job and get up.
It will be. They've had a fantastic year so far. This will be just the icing on the cake. Not only are they representing Galway and Connacht, but to go up to the intermediate would be massive for a club like Carnacashel, especially with the players they've lost in recent years. But this year they've found some really good young players, and I think that's fantastic. At the same time, Claregalway, they'll want to get to intermediate. They have some fantastic teams in Claregalway at the moment, coming from minor and under 19 teams, so they will love to be able to blood more lads into intermediate football, because it's a high standard and that's what they will want to be aiming to get.
Shane Curley is our match referee. He'll be getting matters underway just after our on Navian. Well, I had to double check myself to see why there were so many Vatican flags in here today, but of course it is the Brath Bui of Carnacashel, and they are here in big numbers and expectation as well. Claregalway, they've got their change strip as well, so they're wearing the darker colours rather than their traditional green and gold. So we're pretty sure who's who. Carnacashel in their amber jerseys and black togs. Claregalway wearing the darker jersey and white togs. And our match referee Shane Curley getting ready to get proceedings underway. Chilly afternoon. We are on the second day in November, but the importance of these games continues to rise as we move from autumn into winter football. But today it's all about who's going to win this promotion clash, and the hero of the primary junior final, Darragh Crohur, wins the throw-in, wins possession and drives forward. Carnacashel playing into the breeze. Caiseal, Jacob O'Connor, Amach Gaji Ricardo Guram, Ishjard Ishjakaji Darragh Crohur, Dara solos, Jinx inside looking for support. Lovely little pop pass for Mikey Brannock. Mikey looking to offload it. Is there an end product here? Lovely little dummy bounce. Of course, Carnacashel know they have to work it into a much more scoreable area. Very close to the Thalov, but too close as the referee. Touched on the ground there by Sean O'Curreen, but an opening minute of real intent from Carnacashel.
Yeah, real intent from Carnacashel, but Claregalway were very patient there, stayed disciplined and got the turnover, and now they're on the attack.
Sean Lyons is their wing back. Hand passes it up along the line, looking for the dangerous and foraging Brian Connaughton. Not afraid to deliver the long kick pass inside to Sean O'Callaghan. Callaghan's going to go off the left. It's an excellent effort, and it's up and over the bar. Sean O'Callaghan. Keep an eye on that fella for today, because Carnacashel certainly will have to. Only a minute on the clock, but that was an excellent finish off the left from Sean O'Callaghan. Beautifully balanced player, It's a huge advantage, Kevin, when you have a forward that can kick off left and right.
Yeah, and especially now with the space that's left for these kind of fast forwards inside. So, no, Sean O'Callaghan will be delighted with that at Galway Minor 2 years ago, so that's a great start for him.
Certainly on Kevin Johnson's radar for sure, as we watch Carnacashel win the kick out. Mikey Coleman O'Flaherty, he's fouled. That's a free to Carnacashel. Mikey says solo and go. Lanarai, Ilarda Porca, Mikey Coleman O'Flaherty. Hand pass just left a bit short there from Dylan Shoiga. And now it's Claregalway's Morgan Moran who can launch a counter-attack. Quick ball up to Matthew Collins. Claregalway will have a bit of space here now because Carnacashel were caught flat-footed. He's going to go for a bit of an up and under. This is a bomb that's going to drop in around the edge of the square. Well defended though and let out over the inline and wide. First wide of the game for Claregalway. And I suppose that's part of the challenge of playing with a stiff breeze as well, as just picking your right time to shoot. It can be confusing, I suppose, from a management perspective, Kevin. It's very easy to get players to overplay the wind and start kicking long balls just for the sake of it.
Yeah, and especially with the two-pointer now. So when players get within distance of that arc, they just seem to take the shot on sometimes when it's not on, especially when pressure is being put on. So it's just about being patient, especially in the first 5 minutes, and settling into the game. Kick
out from Eamon Malodge. Breaks kindly and somewhat fortuitously for Ricard de Grummer. Ricard driving forward. Nice little pop pass. Again, looking to, as quickly as possible, get Dara Crahor into the game. He is their main player. And, well, Dara O'Coulon buys a free. I think the contact might have been minimal enough, but at the same time, the referee, Shane Curley, was looking straight at him. It might have been of the softish variety, and maybe it was over-exaggerated by Dara, but he obviously was pulled, and a handy free in. And really, this is something that last night, keep referencing the hurling final, it kept St. Thomas's alive, these close-range tap-over frees into the wind, because it's very difficult to kick a ball over the bar into the breeze from general play.
Yeah, it's a perfect position now, 20 metres out on the right foot, straight over the bar. Really good score for Carnacashel, and that's just settled them now, because Claregalway has had 2 attacks, got 1 score. That's really Carnacashel's second attack, and so they'll be delighted with that score.
A point apiece. Tá Caharnomid Imiha sa Céad La agus an kick amach le cool báda bailile Clárna Killian Walsh Haran Dívlina. So that's going to be a line ball for Carnacashel. Agus Ricardo Gurum. No assistance from anybody over on the terrace. They're happy enough to stay where they are, so he has to jump the fence, which in itself has caused him some difficulty as he catches his foot. And well, we could certainly do with a ball boy or a ball girl over on that far side, because you could do yourself some right damage there.
Absolutely.
Jumping the fence.
Jumping back there now, he got caught in the fence, but no, he's okay. He's taking the free kick now.
Oh, what a free, a brilliant kick all the way and over the top, and in the end an opportunity for Mikey to bend the back and kick it high up and over the bar. One wonders, could he have taken that on soccer style and maybe gone for goal, but he decided to arch the back, and then high up and over the bar from Mikey Brannock did really well. But what a sideline ball from Ricardo Gurum. After almost taking the leg off himself coming over the fence, he certainly delivered a great ball in.
He did. He saw the space, kicked the long ball in, and again Mikey Brannock, who was excellent in the last game, you know, had just got the ball, and a nice score. Again, just take your simple scores, especially at this stage in the game. It's really good play from Carnacashel.
Yeah, we have 5 minutes on the clock, and remember Mikey Brannock was the man of the match in that primary junior final, where they somehow snatched victory from the jaws of defeat at the death against Williamstown, a match that went extra time and had to show an awful lot of character, Carnacashel, on that day. The ball is now with the very dangerous and very accurate corner forward for Claregalway, and that's Shane O'Huckagon. So Claregalway have got a really, really interesting inside line of O'Huckagon, Collins and O'Callaghan. All 3 very prolific scorers, but the 2 inside men in particular have picked off a point apiece, and again look really dangerous inside.
Yeah, and they have a lot of pace, and you can see there's space in front of them, and when you kick the ball in direct to them lads, they're very hard to mark. So 2 really good left-footed scorers there from the 2 corner forwards.
Yeah, 2 young players as well, as Kevin outlined as well, and I think that's probably when you get to the second team of a club as well, Kevin. Invariably you're looking at 1 or 2 of the older guys who've probably gone past making the first team, but it's certainly a great breeding ground for the young lads just out of minor.
Oh, it's brilliant, and that's why, you know, both teams really want to get to intermediate level, because that's where the standard is. Intermediate level in Galway is extremely difficult, and when you have your second team in particular there now, for if Claregalway could manage this game today, they will be absolutely delighted, because you're exposing players to high level of football all the time, and that brings them into the senior panel then, and they're a lot more focused on what it takes to be a senior footballer.
Well, especially when you consider that Claregalway at minor and under 20 level are going to be getting to county finals or the latter stages of A competitions. Here they are looking to take the lead, and do. It's a simple tap over point by that man O'Hogan again. A second point from play in a matter of 2 minutes, and Claregalway back in front, but 3 points to 2. But take up that point, you talk about developmental. It's not like, you know, Claregalway are worried about what's going on at underage. I mean, themselves and Oran Murray look set to dominate everything from under 16 to under 20 for the next number of years.
Yeah, there's fantastic work going on in all these clubs, but in Claregalway in particular, the key thing is trying to bridge that gap between minor and adult, and intermediate is a big part of that. So they will, you have targeted this junior championship at the start of this year. They'll want to get to intermediate, and again, it's exposing these lads to adult football at a higher level all the time.
On the other side of the coin, you've got Carnacashel's first team, just so desperate to get back to intermediate. That certainly looked like a high tackle on Darrow Crohor, and in the end the referee has, I suppose, given it's a solo and go and another free in. Certainly looked like Darrow Crohor was entitled to a free first time out. In the end the free was given for picking it off the ground. A solo and go was a little bit rash from Darrow Coulon, but he's been a bit fortunate there to get the free. I think it could have been left on the deck, but now a chance for Carnacashel to get back level again. And I suppose if you are the Carnacashel management, you're looking to just try and stay with Claregalway in this first half. Let's watch this free. It's out to the right hand side and wide. Just didn't gauge the breeze at all there. Cahill O'Lijon was a bit casual with it, in fact, and I would have probably preferred to see a right-footed kicker in that instance as well.
Yeah, and every score is so important, especially against the breeze. So that was a nice free that he should have been scoring there. So no, they'll be disappointed with that.
A great kick out and a wonderful transition from defence to attack for Claregalway, and now boring his way is Cian O'Callaghan up along the right hand touchline, but again that's very well defended by young Daniel Nash, who had a big impact in the junior final as well in Pearse Stadium.
Yeah, and just coming out under 17 last year, so a young player, and this is one of the young players I was talking about at the start that Carnacashel has helped develop this year, and this is brilliant experience for Daniel Nash.
There is a good half dozen young fellas out here that would have been playing minor football last year from both teams, and they are relishing it here. And there's another poor ball behind the man. Ooh, a bit of too many steps, was it? Yes, it was. No, the referee had given the advantage, so Shane Curley had to blow it back and give the free this time to Sean Lyons. And Lyons, right-footed, chips it into the middle. The marking is very slack. I think Mikey Coleman O'Farta was a little bit sidetracked there as Claregalway's Mark Concannon found himself in an acre of space. Ball worked through Matthew Collins, now to the inside line, a chance for O'Hogan again. He's on a hat-trick of points, remember. He's got the last two. This is ambitious, outside of the left. Oh, it's a dinger of a shot. Glances off the inside of the post and over the bar from Cian O'Callaghan. That is quality.
Yeah, that's a brilliant score from Cian O'Callaghan there. And you know, the one thing is Claregalway are being very direct. They're using the space really well, and they're also using the wind really well. So Carnacashel will just have to try to work a little bit harder around the middle and try to stop that early kick in. 3
in a row from Claregalway, and they have re-established a lead, 4 points to 2. 10 minutes have flown by in this first half. Eamon O'Mallodge gets under that one a little bit as it's caught in the wind, and that puts the pressure on as Claregalway win the kick out, and they're in a real purple patch here, and this is danger now as well for Sean O'Callaghan. You know he's going to get inside and at least get a free. He does. And Carnacashel are going through a worrying spell right now, that they really are being put under the cosh, and I think the next kick out from Eamon O'Mallodge after this ball, I'm sure, is going to be tapped over the bar to make it 5-2, will be very, very important, because certainly going down the middle and getting a bit of height on it, it's hanging up in the wind, and it's meat and drink to the Claregalway midfielders and half back line running onto it. Let's watch this free, however, as O'Hogan drives it up and over the bar. So Shane O'Hogan makes it easy, and 11 minutes almost on the clock now. It's 5 points to 2. And if you're the Carnacashel manager right now, Kevin, I'm sure you're looking to get a message in there to your goalkeeper.
Yeah, because you know that score came from the miss free, and then they lost. They got conceded a score off the kick out there at that time. So Carnacashel will want to get hands on the ball here now, try to get another few minutes in the clock, and try to get the next attack.
Let's see how Eamon gets on with this one. Lower trajectory, and does switch it to the wings, and that's a much better kick out. Trying to get hold of Darrow Crohor, who maybe should have got there but didn't. Claregalway won it, and now they've worked it inside again and into the danger man. Matthew Collins wins plenty of ball. He's a real playmaker for them. The two corner forwards have been profiting from his work. Fullback Ian Fitzmaurice is up there in advanced position as well, and Claregalway smell blood right now. They are playing with a really strong wind, so they guess they probably see they need to be 6 or 7 up at half time.
Yeah, and this is your opportunity now. Sometimes, moments in games are massive, and this is their momentum spell now, so it's important to try to get a few scores on the board.
Everybody's shouting breach because Carnacashel have a player hovering on the edge of the sideline, but of course there is no breach. They're well within their compass. But it seems to be a popular pastime now, people in the crowd shouting that word. And this time it's Mikey Brannock, who's now on the counter-attack after that over-carrying free against Claregalway. Another momentum shift if Carnacashel can get a score here. Coming in along the end-line, opportunity now for Sean O'Curreen. They'll have to go right back to Mikey Brannock. Looking for support, Mikey. Back out the field it comes towards Ricard de Gurum. Ricard. Machkaji Daro Crohur. Dara taking his time. Right footed, just bouncing and trying to work a yard of space, and then off the right goes for a bit of a bomb, and outside of the right. Well, he doesn't do simple points, does he, Darragh O'Connor? He's got this amazing ability from both the inside and the outside of that right boot, which really must be one of the most valuable boots in Galway club football. He is a serious talent.
Yeah, what a score. And again, I just said they need to get hands on ball. They got a great turnover down in the defensive corner, worked the ball up, and what a fantastic score from Darragh O'Connor. And just what they needed now, they're back to a 2-point game, and they will want to press this kick out now.
He had to drill that. I mean, he was only on the D, so what's that, like 27, 28 metres out. But he had to absolutely pump it with the outside of the right to get the distance. So it shows you that ferocity of the breeze out there.
Yeah, the breeze is strong, but I mean, outside of the boot, that was just a fantastic score.
Great skill from O'Connor as the kick out. Was well caught in the middle of the field and handed over. Free coming anyway, but David Tarmy decides to hold it up because it definitely looked like there was just a slight little touch in the eye there for Mark Uncannon, all accidental of course, but Shane Curley is right to stop the play in case there's any need for a physio to come in. Play on. Here Galway win the break and win the mark, and they also get the free up, but this is good work coming from the back now. Owen Connolly, is he going to do a little chip pick up? He is, and in the end he gets it across, and the danger goes maybe if he had bent the back there a bit like Mikey Brannock did at the other end, but there's tackling going in. Maybe a little bit fortunate to get the free out, Carnacashel, but a free out they do get. But there was just a fleeting second there for Owen Connolly. Maybe the chip pick up on the run, which is a very difficult skin, was his only goal to getting a clear sight on goal, but a really tough skill at the best of times. But I'd imagine at this time of year, Kevin, with the underfoot conditions, it was nigh on impossible.
Absolutely. The pitch is very soft out there, and especially from the game last night as well. So no, he should have probably just bent it back, picked up the ball and tapped it over the bar. Yeah,
the hand pass point was probably the best option there, but you can't deny his endeavour and his industry to try and create the goal scoring opportunity. Darragh O'Connor with a blind hand pass. Carnacashel baying for a free. Nothing forthcoming, nor was there anything to forthcoming, as we watch now Claregalway centre forward Morgan Moran, who's pretty much operating at centre back on Mikey Brannock. He's back doing a job on the Carnacashel captain in a man marking role, but I suppose in modern day football you'll find him popping up all over the place. So keep an eye on that battle between those two, Moran and Brannock. That's going to be key to this fixture, as in the middle of the field David Tarmy now goes for a long ball into the inside line. Is that going to avoid the corner forward Shane O'Hagan? It does. That is the danger. You really have to almost undercook those long balls in, don't you?
Yeah, and especially with the conditions, because when that ball bounced, it just went straight over the end line. And, Galway will be a little bit disappointed. In the last 5 minutes now, they've gone kind of a little bit defensive as well. They're playing with an extra man back in defence with the breeze. They should probably press a little bit harder and go for this, because 15 minutes in with the breeze, they should be a little bit more ambitious.
Yeah, remember 5 minutes ago, as you referenced, Kevin, they were 5-2 up and gung-ho. But Carnacashel have just killed that momentum, and how crucial that will be when you tot it all up at the end. 5 points to 3, Claregalway lead, but it is Carnacashel who are on the attack now and have just started to swing the momentum a little bit more in their favour. 2 point deficit they will certainly take at the end of the first quarter, and Mikey Brannock now just starting to manage this game a little bit better as captain the Fornia. Now Carnacashel, you can see what they're doing, just kind of winding down the pace of this a little bit. And now they'll pick it up and go for a drive through the middle with Mikey Coleman O'Farta. But again, losing the ball in the tackle, tried to get a reverse pass to Dylan Shoiga. Dylan lost it, and now Claregalway can turn it over. Possession absolutely is even more than 9/10 of the law on a day like today. Owen Connolly out from the back. A slight slip, but still the intention was to get the ball inside to Sean O'Callaghan. He's now one-on-one with his man, and off the right O'Callaghan should be chipping this one up and over the bar. It's an easy score.
Yeah, that's
Sean O'Callaghan got the first point of the game. He's got the last one as well. Super counter-attacking score from Claregalway.
Yeah, look, Carnacashel had about 2 extra defenders that time, but they found Sean O'Callaghan. He scored with the right foot. He scored the first with the left foot. Really good football from Sean O'Callaghan.
It came from a breakdown though with Carnacashel in possession.
Yeah, and they were a little bit lateral that time, and they were lacking the pace. There was no real energy coming from behind, and what Carnacashel, they got stopped, turned over quickly, and again given the impetus back to Claregalway.
And they've got a breaking ball here. It probably should have been taken by Claregalway, but Darragh O'Connor was quick to pick up the breaking ball, and now it's a kind of an advanced bounce from Mikey Coleman of Arthur that worked out for Carnacashel. Now heading towards the 45-metre line. Darragh Crohor, Machkuji, Mikey Brannock, Lena Gordon, Guji Garoj, or Matthew Nee. Garoj Hennessy putting the pressure on, but Nee holds on to the ball. Matthew, Yesh, Guji Tomasa Halloran, Ishja, Guji Darragh Coulon, Arish Nee. All very patient from Carnacashel. Just trying to work that little opening inside. No real runners coming from deep. Mikey Brannock circling out there, but this is all running down the clock in this first half, which already is 18 and a half minutes. Some of the Carnacashel supporters losing patience, but this is all good football, and this is game management, whatever way you look at it.
It is. It's a bit, 18 minutes in. You like to see a little bit more in 10 point of Carnacashel players. There's none of that deep runners, and that's really important, trying to break down the mass defence to where Claregalway are set up. They need their guys coming off the shoulder, trying to work a free or something, and at the moment they have that free now from about 50 metres out.
And they're going to leave it down for Darragh Crohor to come out. I mean, there is no way he's going to kick this from 50 metres out, but cutely enough, it'll use up 30 seconds. Darragh might put it on the deck. Well, by any standards, there's no way he's going to try and get a score here as he chips it to the left. I'd say if you put David Clifford, Conor Gleeson, every dead ball kicker in the country had to go at this one, they wouldn't into that wind. Here's a shot now that's going to dribble into the goalkeeper's hands. Disappointing shot there from Carl O'Lijon into the arms of Killian Walsh, because all it does is starts a Claregalway attack.
Exactly, you want that ball to go dead at the minimum, and now Claregalway are on the attack again, and you can see the 3 forwards are some great movement up there. If Claregalway could look up quick, there's a nearly ball in there, but they've delayed it slightly. Yeah,
that's going to give them a chance to rebuild again. David Tarmy across to Brian Connaughton. Connaughton will go short, he knows the man to pick out, and that's Matthew Collins. Collins just trotting down along the left-hand touchline. He'll put a burst on. Then Sean O'Connor trying to get onto his right peg. He needs a bit of help. Gets it. Collins took a bit out of that now, but got away with it. Chips it back out towards Owen Connolly, and Claregalway can start again. Scramble defence is good from both sides, in fairness, but Claregalway maintain possession, and now they've got it into the danger man. O'Hagan, beautiful balanced play off the left. What a killer kick pass. The keeper is slow coming out, but in the end gets a touch on it to flick it up and over the bar. Wonderful ball from Shane O'Hagan to the inside runner David Tarmy. Took a fly kick. I think it was probably going up and over the bar anyway, looking at the trajectory of the shot. Credit to the goalkeeper Eamon O'Mallodge, but the point will be given to David Tarmy. But a sublime bit of vision from Shane O'Hagan.
Oh, that was just brilliant football. I loved the way just the left and the right move, and then just spotted it was just a small bit of space. Perfect pace on the football, and brilliant score from Claregalway. Could have been a goal chance.
Yeah, 7-3 though it remains, so they're back 4 in front, which is the biggest gap so far, and now they're driving on, and here is a goal chance. It's 5-on-3, a great chance, and well, the referee is going to give a free in. I think we're going to have a carte de buis as well for Tomás O'Halloran, and if ever you took a card for the team, it was that instance. That had goal written all over it.
It did, and sometimes with the way we talk about these moments, it's 21 minutes on the clock. Again, Claregalway pressed a kick out, real intensity, got another score, got another free from it, and straight after a score. So these are the moments now that are giving them a little bit of a cushion right now.
7-3 is going to become 8-3, but I'll tell you, if it was 1-7 to 3, which there was every chance it would have been, I think Claregalway would find themselves under serious pressure. They might just take that body blow of giving away a free and a point. If they can get the next score, they might have survived. But I'm interested, Kevin, in 2 of those last 3 Claregalway points have come from Carnacashel efforts that really should have been scores for themselves.
Yeah, one was a poor free and the second one dropped short into the keeper's hands. And, you know, in conditions like this, you have to be putting the ball dead because it gave Claregalway the real oxygen to go forward, and they've got 2 points from that turnover.
Interesting as well to see that last night's winners, Loughrea, were the ones who had the wind in the first half, built up the lead and held on to it. Now here's Claregalway steadily building another lead as the ball is chipped over the bar by Sean O'Callaghan. And these 2 inside corner forwards are doing all the damage.
Yeah, 8 points between the 2 of them right now. And you see, Carnacashel, every time, you know, they're getting the kick out, Claregalway have been winning, has won the last 3 kickouts, and it's putting pressure on, and they're really, really, really starting to get aggressive on that kick out.
That's the second time in the game that Claregalway have hit Carnacashel for 4 points in a row. And those 2 bursts of 4 in a row have opened up a 9-3 lead. And I think right now, Claregalway are certainly gone favourites in this tie, where they would have been underdogs coming in given the nature of Carnacashel's victory in the primary junior final. The Connemara men need a lift. The supporters are doing their best to try and do so, but they can feel their intermediate status slipping away as Claregalway open up a 6-point lead. But will that change now? No. Excellent play again and superb vision from David Tarmy. He's an intelligent footballer.
He really is. That was just a really well-timed tackle. Excellent execution. And now Claregalway are on the attack again.
They're coming good at the right time, Claregalway. They've got it into the inside line where O'Callaghan has it again. Sean O'Callaghan off the left. Oh, brilliant block. It might still work out, however, inside. Real danger. And in the end, Carnacashel have got themselves a free out. Another big moment in the game.
Big moment, but excellent defending from Carnacashel that time. Within an inch, it could have been in the Claregalway hands and he was going to be in for a goal chance. So, no, brilliant defending. They'll come back now, but they need to get a score.
Yeah, they're trying their damnedest to get out from the back, and they're not getting out from the back. Another strong tackle on Sean O'Kirby, and Claregalway smell blood here. A goal could well put them into a real box seat position, and the ball is touched up and over the bar by goalkeeper Eamon O'Mallodge. Didn't want to take a chance because he wasn't to know what was coming in behind him. So in that sense you could credit the goalkeeper. However, I think while Shane O'Hagan will get the credit of the point, I think had the keeper let that off, it would have gone harmlessly across the face of the goal. There was nobody coming in at the back.
No, Claregalway didn't follow through, and that's why, you know, the goalie wasn't to know that. But again, it's now 10-3. It's a 7-point game. It's exactly where Claregalway wants. If they can really try to squeeze this kick out again, they can really, you know, build up another 1 or 2 points before the end of this half.
Carnacashel are on the ropes, and they need this half-time whistle like you would not believe. The question is, how big a deficit are Carnacashel going to face in the second half when they will get the breeze at their backs? But either way, this is going to be a rescue mission for Carnacashel in the second half. Surely a foul there and a free in for Matthew Collins. 7 is going to become 8. You could be looking at 11, 12, 13 points of a deficit here, Kevin, because right now you kind of wonder, if you're the Carnacashel management team, if you're Sean O'Cahasey, should you be looking at one of your more experienced players trying to kill the clock here, pick up an injury, make a substitution? How do you stop this momentum?
Yeah, well, it's coming from the kick out, so it's so important that you can get hands on ball on the kick out. And at the moment, they've lost 5 kickouts now nearly in a row. So Claregalway are punishing them every single time. And that wind, you could see when the ball hung up in the air that time. It's probably building up now as we get towards the end of the half.
11-3. O'Hagan again. How many has he got? Well, it looks like 6 points for O'Hagan alone on my tally. So he really is profiting from the Carnacashel freeze and also from general play, where he and O'Callaghan, the 2 corner forwards, are the go-to men for Claregalway. This is turning into a dream afternoon for Shane O'Connor's men. And for Carnacashel, there was a few calls there that perhaps Mikey Coleman of Arta might have fouled after picking up possession, but it's play on. This is ambitious, and the ball is chipped out to the right hand side and wide. in fairness to both sets of forwards, the wide count is very, very low. They've been very economical in shooting.
Yeah, no, the fours are all on top of the game here at the moment. But again, short kick out that time from Caiseal, and they worked it up. But the wide gives the ball back to Claregalway, and now they're on the attack again with all that space up front.
Super kick out from Killian Walsh. He picked out Matthew Collins with an absolute gem, 60 metres straight up the field, and you know who's on the ball now. It's O'Hagan. He's out in 2-point range, but decides to chip a lovely ball inside. It's all Claregalway. They are dominating. Collins is in on goal here. He's going to go for it into the back of the net. And Matthew Collins has put an absolute dagger through the hearts of Caiseal. It's now 1-11 to 3 points. And it is a long, long way back now for the Connemara men.
Yeah, the timing of that goal is massive. Killian Walsh actually kicked out towards Matthew Collins. Matthew Collins gave it and kept going. No one tracked him. Ended up finding himself in the space and just went straight for the juggler.
It's going to be a bitter pill to swallow for Caiseal after their victory in the Primary Junior Championship. But they have come up against an absolute Rolls-Royce performance from Claregalway here today, who look every inch an intermediate team on today's evidence. And if these two young lads, O'Hagan and O'Callaghan, aren't playing senior football next year and are somehow held back for this intermediate team, they're going to be something to watch. Caiseal need a big finish to this half, I think, Kev.
Yeah, look, they've got a free now. They're about 30 metres out. This is a really important free for them. They just settle themselves. They haven't scored now. I think it's a long time since
the 13th minute, so it's 15 minutes now.
Yeah, so they need this to go over.
In 15 minutes, Claregalway have scored 1-6 without reply. They have absolutely blitzed Caiseal. And Darragh Croher will need to take all his time about this, but he needs to get it. And this would get the gap back to 10. I'm not saying it's game over by any manner of means, because we've seen with the 2-point kickers that Caiseal have, they could certainly bite into this lead very quickly in the second half. But they are certainly flatlining right now. O'Connor drills it out to the left and wide. You could see he was trying his damnedest to get the distance. If nothing else, though, it might have just halted a little bit of Claregalway's momentum. But you'd have to think Claregalway have a lot of work done already on the scoreboard to winning this game.
Yeah, 1-11 is a big score. They'll be delighted with that, especially with the way they've played in the last 15 minutes. They've a kick out now if they could get another score even before the half. But Caiseal has missed a couple of nice frees there that they should have been putting over. And you see, when you're against the wind, you need everything to go your way.
Well, the kick out went all the way over the top of everybody, and in the end, you'd have to say Richard Ricard did really well to rescue that, when it could just have easily have fallen into the arms of a Claregalway man. I think Caiseal realise the predicament they're in, and they are absolutely driving forward to try and get a score before half time to give them some bit of hope. Possession with Sean O'Corrine. Sean, Ama, Gucci, Dara, Hulan, Dara, Lena Kito, Karan Drasnon, Hulin Dunska, Le Dara, Hulan, Hulin on Tawachtach. Their first score in 16 minutes. And you can hear the cries, come on, Carna. They know they're better than this, but that's a big score.
That's a big score. But again, what I loved about it, he was just direct. They haven't done that this half so far. And at times they've been a bit lateral and a bit passive. But in that particular occasion, that directness, seeing the gap and just going for it. And now they've won the kick out again.
1-11 to 4 points. 14 plays 4. There's 10 between them. We're going into injury time. I think Caiseal would probably take a 10-point deficit right now, given the fact that they were 11 behind. There was still 5 minutes of football left in the half, but they could make a big dent in it here as O'Croher comes forward. He's thinking about a shot, deflected out for a 45. Good blocking by Sean Lyons. I think O'Connor was going for goal there.
He was. Good defending by Claregalway. Again, when you get to the injury time stage of a half, it's very important that they didn't concede a goal there. But Caiseal, in the last few minutes now, they've settled themselves a little bit and they have a 45 now to maybe get within 9 points.
Well, it would be a big ask to anybody to kick a 45, but they could certainly hold possession for a big part of the 4 minutes that's being added on. Lovely ball again from Agora. This is great football. A quick one. Back it goes. It should be another score. And the ball is chipped off the upright. And there must be a goal. A shot into the back of the net. Is that the bit of luck that Caiseal needed? It's Darragh Croher finding the back of the net from absolutely nothing. It should have been tapped over the bar by Darragh Hulan after a great ball from Ricardo Guram. But in the end, it come back off the upright. And it's gone into the back of the net. And the referee has blown the half-time whistle. It must have been Nome the One that was only going to be added on. But with the last kick of the half, Caiseal have been thrown the most unlikely of lifelines.
Yeah, and what I loved about that was the reaction there of Darragh O'Connor. He was positioned absolutely perfectly. Claregalway didn't react, Darragh O'Connor did, and buried it into the top of the net. That will give Caiseal an awful lot of oxygen going in at half time, and they will look now with the big wind in the second half. They're 7 points down, and that will give them a lot of life.
Well, that's an extraordinary turn of events. From 11 down to finding yourself 60 seconds later going in only 7 down. I mean, these are massive moments.
Yeah, that's an awful big moment in the game. And in the last 5 minutes, Claregalway switched off a little. Caiseal has played all the football in that time, and they created, that was the second goal chance they created, and they created the 45, which they went short and created a goal from that. So no, Caiseal finished a half strong. They'll be delighted with the way it finished. Overall, Claregalway's pace looks dangerous, so every time they get on the attack, they look like they're going to score. Caiseal will just have to make sure going into the second half that they don't give that space and time to Claregalway.
Well, we might have been writing the epitaph of Caiseal a little bit prematurely, because when they trailed by 111 to 3 points after 27 minutes following that goal by Matthew Collins, which followed an absolutely blistering quarter of an hour where Claregalway outscored Caiseal by 1-6 to no score, somehow Caiseal have picked themselves up off the floor, and they've spent a good bit of the first half on the floor. But that goal by Darragh Crowher, maybe it's written in the stars that Caiseal will come back in this game in the second half. They have every chance now because the gap is back to 7. Tá Laham, Istájan Fiercy, Ibohar Tra in this primary junior promotion final. We might have another twist or two to go yet. Come back to us for Ondara La, because at half time it's Claregalway 111, Caiseal 1-4. Second half commentary to come on Go at GATV in just a few minutes.
Kick pass.
Callan's going to go off the left. It's an excellent effort, and it's up and over the bar. Sean O'Callaghan, keep an eye on that.
Yeah, it's a perfect position now, 20 metres out on the right foot, straight over the bar. Really good score for Caiseal, and that's just settled him now. But no, he's okay. He's taking the free kick now.
Oh, what a free, a brilliant kick all the way and over the top, and in the end an opportunity for Mikey to bend the back and kick it high up and over the bar for Caiseal on that day. The ball is now with the very dangerous and very accurate corner forward for Claregalway. 20 level are going to be getting to county finals in the latter stages of A competitions. Here they are looking to take the lead and do. It's a simple tap over point by that man. Ball worked through Matthew Collins now to the inside line. A chance for O'Hogan again. He's on a hat-trick of points, remember. He's got the last 2. This is ambitious. Outside of the left. Oh, it's a dinger of a shot. Glances off the inside of the Claregalway midfielders and half back line running onto it. Let's watch this free, however, as O'Hogan drives it up and over the bar. So Shane O'Hogan, time, right-footed, just bouncing and trying to work a yard of space, and then off the right goes for a bit of a bomb, and outside of the right, well, a slight slip, but still the intention was to get the ball inside to Sean O'Callaghan. He's now one-on-one with his man, and off the right O'Callaghan should be chipping this one up and over the bar. It's an easy score.
Yeah, that's
Sean O'Callaghan got the first point to the danger man. O'Hogan, beautiful balanced play off the left. What a killer kick pass. The keeper is slow coming out, but in the end gets a touch on it to flick it up. I tell you, if it was 1-7 to 3, which there was every chance it would have been, I think Caiseal would find themselves under serious pressure. They might just had the wind in the first half, built up the lead and held on to it. Now here's Claregalway steadily building another lead as the ball is chipped over the bar by Sean O'Callaghan. And these two inside corner, another strong tackle on Sean O'Kirbine, and Claregalway smell blood here. A goal could well put them into a real box seat position, and the ball is touched up and over the
ball
bar.
On the kick out, and at the moment they've lost 5 kickouts now nearly in a row, so Claregalway are punishing them every single time, and that wind, you could see it when the ball.
It's O'Hogan. He's out in 2-point range, but decides to chip a lovely ball inside. It's all Claregalway. They are dominating. Collins is in on goal here. He's going to go for it into the back of the net, and Matthew Collins has put an absolute dagger through the Sean Mama Kuchi Daro Hulan Dara Lena Kito Karan Drasnon Hulin Dunska. It's certainly hold possession for a big part of the 4 minutes that's being added on. Lovely ball again from Agora. This is great football. A quick one. Back it goes. It should be another score. And the ball is chipped off the upright. It's here. Must be a goal. A shot into the back of the net. Is that the bit? Fáilte Rash, Guji Stodge Park on Fiercy, Ebohar in the Thraw. Welcome back everybody to Pierce Stadium for live coverage of the second half of the Primary Junior Football Promotion Final. It's Caiseal in Claregalway. Caiseal back out in the field very early for this second half. Obviously the tails are up after that amazing finish to the first half where Darragh Crothúr's goal cut what seemed like a huge deficit significantly from 11 points back to 7 after Darragh Coulan's point from play added to his goal meant that 1-1 in the dying embers of that first half has given Caiseal real hope. 1-11 to 1-4, it's a very different looking team talk, I'd imagine, that both of these teams had than had both sides gone in 2 minutes previously, Kevin.
Yeah, look, I think the way the half finished for Caiseal will give them a lot of oxygen going into the second half. They'll be delighted on the way it finished. But at the same time, 1-9 scored by the full forward line of Claregalway. And that's where they'll have to really, really work in this half. Because every time Claregalway gets the ball, they're looking up, they're trying to get it into that full forward line. And they're being very dangerous. And Caiseal will try to have to come to terms with that.
So we're ready for the second half. It's now Caiseal who are going to be playing with the strong wind advantage, blowing straight down the pitch from left to right. And remember, a place in the intermediate ranks next season is the prize. Throw in one by David Tarmy. He'd had a good first half as well, kicking an excellent goal, or setting up an excellent goal, kicking an excellent point in the middle of that half as well. It's Ian Fitzmaurice driving forward for Claregalway as they look to try and halt that Caiseal momentum from the end of the first half. Possession out now to Brian Connaughton, and I suppose the shoe is on the other foot now, isn't it, Kevin, as regards just slowing the game down and trying to run down the clock. Here's Fitzmaurice coming forward, good work in towards Shane O'Hogan. 6 points in that first half, remember, for Claregalway. Ball back to Fitzmaurice, the fullback is going to go for a shot, half blocked down though, the sting taken out of it, and it falls into goalkeeper Eamon O'Maloge's hands, and back it goes straight away looking for O'Crothúr. Lovely hand pass. Oh, a beautiful little touchdown pass. This is excellent football. Looks on the inside line. Is that going to be a free in? It is. Sean O'Curry is fouled. The referee is going to award the free. O'Curry is going to try and leave it outside the 2-point arc, but I think Shane Curley is going to go in and tell him where it actually is from, which is a 1-point score outside the original D. But again, we've seen the damage that dropping a ball into the goalkeeper's hands can do. Yeah,
it's exactly the way Caiseal would have wanted that to happen. Claregalway went for the shot, dropped it short, quick attack, and free over the bar now for Caiseal. They'll be delighted with the start of this second half.
Because it's a 2-point swing, really, isn't it? It should have been a point at the other end.
Absolutely, and especially the way the game has gone. That puts them 1-2 to no score now in the last 6 minutes of play.
So there is a change of cornerbacks there for Caiseal. Tomás O'Halloran has gone off. He was on a yellow, remember, that's the reason for that. And Colm Manassa, tá sé seas a cliffe. So Colm goes in as Ivor Cahar, wearing Ivor Do, so he'll be playing in the corner. For Claregalway, they've done well with the kick out. Killian Walsh, who's an excellent goalkeeper. Again, cute enough to know when to go short, when to go long. In that instance, it was all about possession. He got the short kick out, but Caiseal have turned it over. Can they build on that opening point? High ball broken down, and again touched as he was falling. Nothing wrong with that, as the ball breaks out for Matthew Nee. Gets it off to the man who got the score on that opening free, Darragh O'Coulan. O'Coulan looking and inviting Darragh Crothúr to play the ball forward. Excellent ball inside, a little reverse pop pass inside, close again to the ground. A slip by Pádraig O'Coulan, just took too much out of it, and that's going to be a free out. Disappointing finish to that attack, which had a little bit of promise in it, but Caiseal are going to have to be very economical in this half.
Yeah, and the ball didn't stick that time, and it's really important to need everything to go right for them in the first 5-6 minutes and try to put Claregalway on the back foot. Claregalway now slowing up the play. They have a free now, and they'll be delighted with that turnover.
1-11 to 1-5. The gap is 6 points, which is very manageable. But we didn't have any 2-pointers, funny enough, in that first half.
No, and I think only one shot from Matthew Collins early in the half. So there are definitely opportunities, but I think both teams are playing a little bit safe at the moment and trying to control the game rather than go for it.
I think Claregalway, if you offer them 1-11 in the first half, playing with the wind, they'd have taken your arm off. But depends now on what. There's a foul on O'Hagan. An easy free. Now this will test the young man, because this is a free from probably 26 metres out. Once you count a straight line to the post from there, Shane Curley makes sure he marks the spot. And there's no doubt he's a prolific kicker, but this is going to test him into the wind. And we're going to see whether he has to force this or not. 6 points at his leisure in the first half with that beautiful Kithog of his. But he's going to have to force this one to get the distance. Lashes at it, gets good contact, but out to the left and wide. And that is the difference, Kevin.
And that is the difference. And it's a strong breeze. And he was so consistent in that first half with the wind. But you see, that breeze is going from left to right, but it's also actually going diagonal as well. And it's very hard to kick against it. So Carnacashel again have the kick out now with the breeze. They'll be delighted that that went wide, and it gives them a chance if they can win this kick out to get the next score.
I just wonder, have Claregalway got somebody to, as the kick out goes straight down the channel to where Ian Concannon has come into that and got possession and now drives forward. Here's an opportunity now for O'Hagan again to try and play a little pop pass in reverse to Sean O'Callaghan. They're like Batman and Robin in that inside line. They are the two caped crusaders, the two superheroes for Claregalway's effort so far. Driving out from the back though, but running into trouble is Jacob O'Connor. He's got it turned over, and it could be a big trouble here as Claregalway come forward. Goes to ground. Is there a free coming? No, says the referee. Play on. Good tackle on Cian O'Callaghan. And Carnacashel get away with one there.
Yeah, they did, but Carnacashel was working so hard there. Claregalway's had 4 attacks this half. 2 has dropped short, 1 wide and 1 turnover. They'll be disappointed with that.
Let's see if Carnacashel now can really make them punished, as there was an attempt at a shot there from Ricard Gorham, but he's lucky, Ricard, to get a sideline ball. He's got that Michael Dara Macaulay look about him as he gets it into Darragh Crowher. Now the space here, opportunity for Mikey Brannock. Mikey's in on goal. Is he going to go for the goal? Mikey takes an extra step, pops it across, must be shot, well blocked down. Brilliant defending. Did he dive on it? Referee says play on. It's good defending. Carnacashel have butchered that chance. Claregalway with absolutely last gasp scramble defence have managed to save the day, and now they come on the counter with Sean Lyons. This would be an absolute turn up for the Bucks if what should have been a goal at 1-in for Carnacashel turns into a score for Claregalway as they come up the right hand side. Lyons driving forward, pops the pass across. Opportunity is still there for Mark Concannon. Concannon's got a free. The advantage is still there as the ball is chipped over. It's out to the left and wide, but it's going to come back for the advantage free and a second opportunity. This time after the wide by Sean O'Callaghan, it'll be Shane O'Hagan who will grab the ball, and from a couple of metres closer than the one he missed a few minutes ago. This time he's not even going to take it. He's going to give it back to midfielder David Tarmey. But let's go back 60 seconds, Kevin, to that goal chance for Carnacashel. Mikey Brannock had the initial chance but took the extra pop pass, and in the end Colm Onasa was eyeball to eyeball with Killian Walsh, but brilliant defending. Players thrown their body on the line.
Oh yeah, we talk about moments in games, and twice 2 unbelievable block downs from Claregalway, the counter attack at pace, and now they have a free to go 7 up.
David Tarmey, right footed, gets good contact, strikes it up and over the bar. That's great thinking from him to take it off the deck, but it's a big swing in momentum. So they'll change for Claregalway, and that's Ben Morley comes in for Cian O'Callaghan. So a change there for Claregalway. David Tarmey's free for Claregalway makes it 1-12 to 1-5, and with 7 minutes gone in the second half, Claregalway have levelled the second half scoring at a point apiece. They've got a free as well, and Carnacashel are going to have to get a move on here if they're going to try and overcome this deficit. It's with O'Hagan again. Beautiful balance. He's got such a lovely player to watch.
Oh, he's having a brilliant game here today.
Well, he's man of the match so far, but of course we still have 22 minutes of football to go. O'Hagan, look at the balance left and right. Again, you make the comparison, he's got a Con O'Callaghan kind of feel about him as Garrow Hennessy drives forward, looks to try and play a 1-2 with Sean O'Callaghan. O'Callaghan just slows it down though, brings Owen Connolly into the game. Connolly goes for one from outside. It's a fair effort, it's high up and it's over the bar. It's a brilliant point, it's a single pointer, but what an effort from Owen Connolly.
Yeah, four attacks at the start of the half from Claregalway, 4 turnovers, and now in the last 2 minutes they've had 2 attacks and 2 brilliant points, and it all came from the block down for the Carnacashel goal chance.
Yeah, we'll look back on that moment again. It's a game of moments so far, but Claregalway seem to have forgotten about the goal they conceded just before half time and have rebuilt a strong lead here at 113 to 1-6 as the long ball is driven in by Carnacashel to the inside line. They're looking for a break now just to try and somehow play their way back into this game. The Claregalway goalkeeper pulled and dragged there, Killian Walsh, as he came out from goal. He's trying to indicate that it's not the first foul by Brian Connaughton, but referee says you've got your free, relax. Goalkeepers do tend to do a bit of talking though, from my own personal experience.
Killian was lucky there though. He bounced it and it just stuck on the ground, so he got the free, but at that time Claregalway have the ball again.
Claregalway will do well to not be penalised here for overcarrying, and they are. And there's just a lot of pressure being put on the referee by the crowd as well. But in that instance, if you slip and fall to the ground with possession, I don't know, you're better off just letting it out of your hands, Kevin. What do you do in that instance? Because you're not going to be let up, and invariably you're going to be penalised. The problem here is it's a 2-point free.
Exactly, and it's where you are on the pitch, and he's only a few metres from the 40 metres arc. He should have, tried to just cover the football without fouling. But this is a big opportunity. This is probably our first 2-point free at the game.
Caiseal Lijon, he missed one in the first half into the breeze, but this one is curling out to the right, and he just hasn't got the radar going so far, and he's cursing his luck. That's a 2-pointer that would have made a big difference, because the twos, I mean, they're huge, Kevin, aren't they? How quickly they can whittle down a lead.
Exactly, and that's 1-2 now missed in the last few minutes from Carnacashel, and these games of inches, and when we talk about momentum swings, you need everything to go for you, especially when you're chasing a big lead.
Joseph O'Casey, well, we know what he did when he came in the last day, and Liam O'Lijon, double substitution for Carnacashel. So they're taking off Ricard O'Guram at midfield, which is interesting. Certainly one of the bigger name and the bigger physically big players they have out in the middle of the field is gone. They've brought in 2 more diminutive players. Mikey Brannock goes up to try and win the ball in midfield, but it's Claregalway who come away with the break. And we're gone 11 minutes into the second half. It's 113 to 1-5, an 8-point advantage for Claregalway. They'll be very happy at the moment.
Absolutely, especially the way the second half has started. They missed the first few chances. Carnacashel now has missed a free and a goal chance, and Claregalway are 1 point up in this half alone. They'll be delighted with that.
Ian Fitzmaurice coming forward at the end. I think he thought he was going to be caught for over carrying, so he just swung the left boot at it, and again the referee, that should be a wide ball. It is, and it's going to go back for a goal kick. I'm not sure what the Claregalway man was thinking of there. I think he was trying to kick it off the goalie for a 45, but not realising the goalie was about 2 yards over the end line.
Yeah, I think so. No, Carnacashel will retain possession on this, and now they have a kick out.
Yeah, I suppose there was definitely a hint of the junior about the end of that last attack. But Fitzmaurice isn't shy in getting forward, the Claregalway fullback. He's obviously a player that's not afraid to get forward, a joint captain of the team. But for Carnacashel, the clock is their enemy now, because it's starting to really click down, and well, Colm Onasa will be very lucky if he doesn't get penalised there. Well, he gets a free. Now the referee is going to bring it forward 50 metres, and it isn't beyond the realms of possibility that Darragh Crohur could have a lash at a 2-pointer from out, maybe 60 metres out from goal.
Yeah, he's still probably a bit too far out, but Claregalway just need to maintain discipline here. Sometimes when you give away a free like that, it's very important nowadays, especially with the new rules, to just back away, because you're giving oxygen straight back to the opposition.
This is going to be a yellow card. The referee is just having a word with Brian Connaughton, and he gets the yellow on the back of that. Probably a degree of fortune for Carnacashel to get that free in the first place, but Darragh Crohur has now got the opportunity to take the free as it's brought further again. That must be for a bit of lip, all the way into the 2-pointer. So this is a far easier kick for Darragh Crohur, and I'm not saying it's a must get, but he must get it.
Absolutely, especially with the 2-point free miss last time.
Pressure on, he has to get this one for Carnacashel. Gets a good strike on it, up and over the bar now. 113 to 1-7.
And they're the moments in the games where, you know, the ball is on the opposition 45, you concede a free, you have to back away, because nowadays all you're doing is bringing the ball up 50 metres and it does your team absolutely no help whatsoever.
Despite playing second fiddle, Caiseal are back within 6, 113 to 1-7, and that's the first 2-pointer of the game. Kick out, a brilliant kick from Cillian Walsh to the sideline to pick out Mark Concannon, and that is worth its weight in gold. It's a killer for the opposition when playing into the wind. Claregalway get away with a kick out like that. Here's Ian Fitzmaurice coming forward again. He's playing a big role in this second half. Off to Concannon, right-footed round the corner, lovely ball, looking to try and get into Matthew Collins, the goal scorer for Claregalway. Spins his man. Collins making headway here. Now he's going to go off the right. Great block down, but the play is still with Claregalway. Opportunity for Concannon off the right, but there was a free coming, and that will be for the initial foul on Matthew Collins before he got his block down shot away. I don't know. I mean, maybe David Tarmy will think about having a go from the ground here for a 2-point free. It would be some kick, no doubt about it.
It would be, and we haven't seen it in the first half, so it will be interesting to see what he does here. But again, I love the way Matthew Collins got the ball, saw the gap and just went direct and took on his man, and he knew he had the free, so it was a free shot.
Now Tarmy did land a free from about 10 metres closer for a 1-pointer. That was about 10 minutes ago, but this coming right on the 3-quarter mark, a right-footed free, kicking into the breeze. He's going to have to curl this one significantly right to left, allowing for the wind as well. That part of it is fine. It's coming back, it's coming in, and it's up and over the bar for a 2-pointer. Now that is the score of the day.
Yeah, that's an absolutely brilliant score, and you saw earlier when he was a little bit further inside when he kicked a brilliant free, but that time was just exceptional.
It cancels out Darragh Coulon's effort from 2 minutes previously and re-establishes a 115 to 1-7 advantage for Claregalway. That's a killer.
It's a killer right when, you know, midway through the second half, just when Caiseal has scored a 2-pointer, but for Claregalway to come up and score a 2-pointer against Debreeze at this stage of the game is massive.
Well, the bottom line of this story is the final quarter of this game has begun, and Caiseal, backed by the wind, are 8 points behind, and their task is pretty severe right now. They have possession, they've got a free. The referee blows the whistle. There's a lot going on here, largely because on the sideline Caiseal are mad to get Owen McGill into the game. A lot of these substitutions are coming at almost exactly the same time as they did in the primary junior final last week as well. So, you know, a lot of managers now, they have a routine, and I guess a lot of players as well know that they're coming off as well after emptying the tank at a certain point.
Yeah, that's what you want from your players, especially around the middle third nowadays. You're up and down the pitch at pace so much now that, you know, you want the players to empty the tank to those 45 minutes and gets into fresh legs. So look, both teams have brought in substitutions, so it will be interesting to see how they will play in the last 15 minutes.
So there's substitutions coming in all sides. Ronan Duggan coming into the game as well for Claregalway. So 2 number 19s coming on for both sides over on the far side of the field. Claregalway are the ones in possession. I think if they go get another score, it might well put this game beyond Caiseal, because it would give Claregalway great impetus to drive on. An 8-point lead is very healthy at the moment. Possession has gone to the inside line to Matthew Collins. Collins trying to take on his man off the left. This is ambitious. He's curled it around and over the bar. It's all Claregalway, and they seem to have forgotten about the disastrous end to the first half, and they are now really putting a show on, and they're outscoring their opponents. After 17 minutes of the second half, it's Claregalway 116 to 1-7 in front.
Yeah, really good 17 minutes from Claregalway against Debreeze. They've managed the game excellently, and, you know, now they seem to be well on top at the moment.
Caiseal need another big burst from their main man, Darragh Crowher. He started it off with winning the midfield. Like to drop the ball inside, but again out in front. No advantage coming, so it'll be a free to Crowher. Does he try and get a 2-pointer here? Even the kick pass from Mikey Brannock to try and get it out to Crowher looked tired. And then we have to ask the question about the exertions of the Caiseal boys with the extra time against Williamstown, as distinct from Caiseal against Annadown. We're just looking at all the available evidence, Kevin, and trying to wonder why are Caiseal so flat.
Yeah, well, it's so difficult, I suppose, to come from that massive win last week as well and to play this game 7 days later. But look, again, the character just showed against Williamstown the last day. There's another effort
in around the house, but Cillian Walsh, it's touched into the net. Is that goal going to count? It is. Cillian Walsh has dropped the long ball in. It's touched into the net. The referee is definitely going to have a look, but it's going to be given. And I think when you see the goalkeeper running out, he knows it. Killian Walsh may be blindsided a little bit, but the touch into the net is given, and it is a goal.
Yeah, it's the second goal now for Carnacashel that Claregalway could have done a bit better with, but you know, they went for the 2-pointer, dropped short, Killian dropped it and into the net. Massive moment if Carnacashel can punish them on that.
Looking like Liam Lidjorn that got the touch.
Yeah, it was a brilliant reaction. 2 reaction goals from Carnacashel so far.
Well, there's no doubt Killian Walsh will be disappointed. He's still hanging the head. Is that another lifeline for Carnacashel? They're going to have to try and somehow build on it, though. Let's see, another long ball just lashed in around the house. It's not the greatest pass in the world, but let's see how he gets on. It's one inside by Darrow Crower, trying to take on his man. The free is coming. It's going to be a tap-over point for Carnacashel. Maybe, just maybe. The time is on their side, 11 minutes to go. It's going to be an opportunity for Darrow Coulon.
And we were just saying, you know, just as we were talking when the goal went in, like the one thing about Carnacashel that I would have got from the last day was their character. They never gave up, and they've showed that now in the last couple of minutes. Straight away from that goal, they go up and get the next score. That's the character that they need and that you need in these games. But it's a 5-point game now with 10 minutes to go. It's all really, you know, if they can really press this kick out again and squeeze it, you know, anything can happen.
Well, that 1-1 in quick succession has made it now 116 to 2-8. So that's 19-14. The gap is back to 5. It's still significant, but at least Carnacashel have given themselves something to try and aim for, and if they can win a kick out here, well, that ball was left drop, but it's fallen kindly for Pádraig Ó Cualann, who's had a very influential second half. Here's a 2-point shot. It's ambitious, and it's over the bar from Darragh Ó Cualann. And that is the biggest score of the game by a mile. A 2-pointer from the kick out that was kept in play. 116 to 210.
Yeah, that's 1-3 scored in the last 3 minutes. Absolutely unbelievable from Carnacashel, and you have to give them massive credit with the way, again, the character they have. There's 10 minutes, there's a big breeze. Again, they have to press really aggressively now on this kick out.
Now you can hear the people of Carnacashel as the kick out has gone astray again. Mikey Brannock has picked up the pieces. He goes for a long chip ball over the top. Who's going to try and get the flick here? It works out for Carna. Is there another point on the go here as the shot is kicked up and over the bar? They have got another score. Owen McGullaforic Haran Drasnon, and suddenly in the space of 3 minutes this game has completely flipped on its head.
Absolutely, momentum swings. We're talking about it so much, and especially with the new rules and the 2-pointers and the way the kick out has to go outside the 40-metre mark. And at the moment, Carnacashel are just squeezing absolutely the life out of Claregalway. They're pressing so aggressively. They've won the last 3 kickouts, and they've scored 1-4 now to no score in these last 3-4 minutes.
9-point lead has become a 2-point lead, and all of that in the space of 4 minutes. Claregalway are trying to kill the clock, as you can imagine. Anybody was told to just go down and try and get the referee's attention, but Shane Curley's having none of it. Get on with the game, and away we go. Great catch in the middle of the field, though. It's that man, David Tarmy. He's had a big game as well, and now they get on with the game. Claregalway, the ball is flicked over the far side of the field but out over the sideline, and Carnacashel have the ball. Just in his anxiety to get the game moving and flowing, Tarmy's ball carried too much for Owen Connolly, and it's Carnacashel who have the sideline ball, but they've kicked it away, and now it's Claregalway who could come again. Lovely ball into Callan. Callan pulled to the ground. Is that going to be a free in? Is it going to be more than that? Does the referee interpret that as a black card? If it does, it'll be a disaster for Carnacashel to be down a man going to the finish. But is this going to be a court de dove for Carnacashel? All eyes on Shane Curley. If he feels that's a pull down, he'll go to the polka for a black card, and this would be absolutely, no, it's yellow. Lucky, I think, there in that instance.
Yeah, lucky there, but the game has gone a little bit chaotic at times. Claregalway wins the kick out, rushed the free kick over the sideline. Carnacashel then rushed the sideline kick, and all of a sudden now Claregalway has around a 40-metre free here.
1-3 in the space of 4 minutes has just transformed this fixture, and Carnacashel needed something like that. Kevin Johnson, the Galway Under-20 football manager, on CoCom with me, has used the word chaos in the last few minutes, and that's precisely what this game has become. Now this would be Darragh Crower country as Tarmy goes for the free. It's an absolute unbelievable kick from David Tarmy. Well, if you talk about frees and you talk about degrees of difficulty, that one just takes the biscuit. That is out of this world.
Oh no, look, that's an unbelievable again score. 2-pointer. Tarmy in the last few minutes has really rose his game. He won that kick out as well from the from Killian Walsh, and I just feel at this stage that 2 points is massive, especially within a 2-point game. To go now with 7 minutes to go is a massive score for Claregalway.
21-17, 118 to 211. What a game this has turned out to be.
Yeah, it's really exciting now.
Substitutions coming in thick and fast, but amazing stuff here in Pearse Stadium. As we watch the kick out, the most important kick out has fallen for Carnacassel. Have they got a response? Darrow Crower is in on goal here. It's 3-on-3. Can they work a goal? Back to O'Coulon, plays it across to the right hand side. Surely there's just a tap over point as the ball is pulled to the left hand side and wide. That's a bad miss. The opportunity fell to Joseph O'Casey, but Casey's effort just needed to be guided between the posts. It wasn't, and that gap remains at 118, 21 points. Plays 211, which is 17, a 4-point gap, not unassailable by any manner of means.
No, really good direct football that time. I think it could have been shot maybe just a couple of seconds earlier, because you know what it's doing there is every opportunity, especially going down into the final stretch, is massive, and you need to be taking these opportunities.
Kick out the field it goes. Ball bouncing in the middle of the field, but won by Claregalway, and won. A free to Claregalway, well taken by Owen O'Toole, who won the initial free. Back it goes now to the other sub who came in, that's Ben Morley. Ben plays it out to the right hand side looking for Shane O'Hogan. Hasn't scored in the second half after 6 points in the first. Plays it back to Callan. Callan back onto the left. There's an opportunity. This will be a big score as well. Left footed, he guides it up and over the bar. Sean O'Callaghan with his 4th point of the game, but easily his most important. And all credit to Claregalway for their response.
Yeah, they've really weathered the storm now. In the last couple of minutes they've got that 2-pointer and that point, and that puts a little bit of daylight between the two teams.
7-6-9.
So 5 minutes to go. Kick out from Carnacassel. Oh, the ball is spilled, and this could be absolutely curtains as O'Hogan plays it inside. An opportunity for Collins. Good save from the keeper. Where's the rebound? Taken off the line. Carnacassel haven't cleared it just yet. O'Callaghan pops it up, and it's into the goalkeeper's hands, and somehow Carnacassel are alive. They are on life support, but how in the name of God are they still in this game?
What a brilliant passage of play. You know, Claregalway had 3 opportunities just to tap it over the bar that time. They went for the goal, missed a goal, went for the rebound, missed that, and all of a sudden now Carnacassel are on the attack.
And down the field you goes. The way this is going, Cairn are going to get a goal here. You know how this plays out. It's absolutely crazy. It's over the bar. A point by Darrow O'Coulon. They are amazingly still within 3. It should have been game over at one end. Claregalway were 1-on-1, not once but twice, but somehow they butchered the chance of getting the goal that would have won this game. The original shot from Matthew Collins was saved. All credit to Eamon O'Mallodge, the goalkeeper. Cool boy on Carnacassel. He somehow saved his team.
And what fantastic character from Carnacassel, just like what we saw last week.
Darrow O'Coulon with the point from play in the very next attack. 119 to 212. 22 points to 18. We're still alive. There's 4 points between the sides. Claregalway still in the box seat, leading. Tá 3 nóid fáchas sa clifa. 119 for Claregalway, 212 for Carnacassel, 22 points, plays 18. That's 2 2-pointers, if you want to make it in simple terms, for Carnacassel to take this game to extra time. An amazing match. Long ball driven in around the square. Let's see what this one works. It's one. It's a penalty for Carnacassel. The referee's gone in. The foul was inside the line. The referee has got to have a look at this. It has to be a penalty. The foul was inside. The pullback. The referee is given a 14-yard free. For me, tá sé isteach sa Carnoiga. God, atá an réiteoir again of.
Certainly from where we're looking from, that looked inside. That's a massive call from the referee that time. Carnacassel has an opportunity to put...
They're asking the umpires inside. For me, all day long, that's a penalty. But how is the referee not asking the umpires to make that decision? It's going to be a tap-over point. There will be controversy at the end of this game. But for me, all day long, that should have been a penalty.
Yeah, it certainly looked inside the square that time, and I think, Carnacassel were hard done by that time. But again, there's a kick out against the breeze for Killian Walsh. It's very, very important Claregalway try to get their hands on ball here.
119 plays 213. All we could say is the referee is on the spot to make that decision. He felt convinced that it was millimeters outside, but it certainly looked like the original contact might have been just inside the line. Of course, on the line is a penalty, but now there's another change for Claregalway, and whatever happens, 90 seconds to go. Carnacashel are back within a kick of the ball. There's 3 between them, Kevin.
Yeah, 3 between them, and the way this game has gone, anything can happen.
Kick out now is absolutely critical, and it's won by Claregalway. Elor Naporca, possession taken by Mark Concannon. He's had a big outing right throughout this game. Ben Morley likewise has done well since he came in the second half, and Owen O'Toole has got his hands on ball. Claregalway will definitely need another score. They've got an advantage free coming. The referee says play on. No point stopping the game now. Tarmy holding the ball. I think the 5 seconds is up. Referee is going to have to say play on, and does. Advantage over. Claregalway hold the ball. It's with Garroch. Hennessy, the centre back, right footed, chips it into the square. It's a beautiful kick pass into Costa Callan. Is he going to go for a killer goal here? The flick across, it's another brilliant save. The ball stopped by Eamon O'Mallodge. The opportunity for Ronan Duggan was there, and Carnacashel are alive. Is their name? Are they destined to go intermediate?
Oh, like again, another massive goal chance. But again, as a 3-point game with Sean O'Callaghan, maybe just simple tap over the point, go 4-point lead going into the injury time. But no, Carnacashel now are on the attack. 15
seconds of normal time left. Carnacashel, they might go for a 2-pointer here. They've got Darragh O'Connor on the ball. He goes for it, winds up, but it's going to be a bit of an up and under. Gary Owen, it drops in around the house, and the ball is dropped. What an opportunity there was there, but Joe Caiseal didn't come up with the ball. He should have, and that's a big chance spurned by Carnacashel. And now the counter-attack is with Claregalway to come and try and put this game to bed. Great drama here in Pearse Stadium. 119 to 213, 22 points to 19, and Claregalway have got an extra man over on the right hand side. A chance for them to put the game to bed. It's an opportunity for Owen Geraghty. Plays the pass inside, should be a punch point. It is put up and over the bar, and that does leave 4 between the sides. That was the score. 3 no made left, Fácas a Cliffa, but the punch point makes it 120 to 213, and that point for Claregalway, fisted over the bar by Sean O'Callaghan, has now made it a 4-point cushion.
Yeah, Sean O'Callaghan found himself in the exact same position as 60 seconds earlier, and this time he just fisted it over the bar, puts a 4-point game, and that's great daylight now with 2 minutes left of injury time.
2 minutes, a minute gone out of the 2. That was a big chance for Carnacashel, but surely they've used up all 9 lives at this stage. Eamon O'Mallodge has kept his side in it with 2 great saves in the last 5 minutes, but Claregalway, who, let's face it, have been the better team throughout most of this game.
Yeah, no, look, they were the better team. You know, they took their chances really well. At the first half, they were 11 points up at one stage, and at this stage, you know, the game, Carnacashel will be a little bit disappointed that they didn't get a penalty that time, but overall, Claregalway do look the best team.
Yeah, and they will be the ones marching into intermediate. It'll be their second team playing intermediate, similar to Currafin, who've got a senior team and an intermediate team. It's a big achievement for Claregalway to get back up to that rank as well. For Carnacashel, they've got a week off before next Saturday week. They will be at home here in Pearse Stadium against the Leitrim champions in the Connacht Club Championship. They'll have to pick themselves off the floor and get ready for that one, and a tilt at the glory that the junior championship brings them, but they will be disappointed.
Yeah, they will be disappointed with different elements of the game, especially in the first half when they went 11 points down. They had opportunities, missed a couple of points and dropped 1 or 2 short, and that was probably a big turning point in the first half.
Hard to believe, though, that for Claregalway, they've kicked 9 points into the wind. It's now, granted, 2 of those were 2-pointers from the incredible David Termy.
Yeah, those 2-pointers really came at the right time as well for Claregalway. Carnacashel were just getting on top, and they came at a brilliant time, but they were brilliantly executed. Now
let's watch Claregalway trying to set the seal on victory here. They've got a free coming, 30 seconds to go. That'll be another clock killer. Your man of the match, I suppose, when you look back on the second half in particular, we mentioned his scores. Kevin Johnson, your name for man of the match.
Oh, brilliant. I think it has to go number 8, David Termy. I mean, those 2 scores, especially when the pressure was on, Carnacashel got within 2 points, and I mean, one of those 2-pointers I think was nearly 50 metres out. It was just absolutely brilliant skill, brilliant execution, and even his fielding around the middle of the pitch when the pressure was really on. So no, excellent game from him. Some really good performances. I thought in the first half Shane O'Huckercon was just absolutely unbelievable. He got 6 points in that first half, but overall David Tarmy was brilliant today.
And all he had to do with this one was put it dead. He knew that. He strikes it out to the left hand side. And you'd have to say Shin 120 to 213, 23 points to 19. Claregalway are about to be crowned promotion champions. They are the ones going up as the referee puts the whistle to the mouth. There's the kick out. There'll be one last play, but it's all academic at this stage as Carnacashel drive forward, and there is possession in the hands of Claregalway, and they are the ones that are going to finish with the ball. They are the ones that are going to be heading up to intermediate, with David Tarmy kicking the ball out to the right hand side towards Matthew Collins. His goal was important in the first half as well, into Shane O'Hogan. The time is up. We've played almost 4 minutes added on at the end of this Cliffa, a match that Claregalway have utterly been the deserving winners, despite the heroics and the great effort shown by Carnacashel, who kept plugging away, getting key scores at key moments, but it's just fallen short for them as Mikey Brannock now with the free just tries to get a last score on the board. They're going to be brought forward now towards 2-point range. We've gone over a minute past the 3. I think Carnacashel are just going to have to kick this quickly over the bar for a 2-pointer and somehow pray that the referee allows one more kick out, which is hard to know where that would come from. There was a substitution in stoppage time, was there, to maybe allow for an extra 30 seconds, but surely this is the last kick. I think Mikey Brannock knows it as well. He's been told this is the last kick of the game. So Dara O'Coulon can kick a 2-pointer with the last kick, but that will be where the full-time whistle goes. O'Coulon then, just to leave 2 between the sides, strikes it up, strikes it out to the left-hand side and wide, but that was the last kick. Shinny, Creachty on Cliffa, Claregalway the victors. Disappointment for Carnacashel. Their luck ran out, but for Carnacashel you have to say they've had a tremendous year. But the story of today is Claregalway go intermediate.
Yeah, absolutely. And Carnacashel has that kind of club campaign to look forward to as well, and they'll be delighted with the year they've had, and they can be very proud of the performances the last few weeks. For Claregalway, I think when you have a second team, to be able to especially develop players to try to bring into senior football, intermediate football is a high level, and that's exactly what they want to be.
Kevin Johnson, many thanks for your commentary today, to John Murphy on camera and to all the team who helped out here on Galway GA TV. Cogorgeous to Furton Balya Claregalway, and for Carnacashel, well, we wish them well in the Connacht Junior Club Championship in 2 weeks' time. But at Creacon Cliffa, Tasha Hart, and the victors are Balya Claregalway. The final scoreline here live from Pearse Stadium, it's Claregalway 120, Carnacashel 213. Kick pass inside to Sean O'Callaghan. Callaghan's going to go off the left. It's an excellent effort, and it's up and over the bar. Sean O'Callaghan, keep an eye on that.
But no, he's okay. He's taking the free kick now.
Oh, what a free, a brilliant kick all the way and over the top, and in the end an opportunity for Mikey to bend the back and kick it high up and over the bar for Carnacashel on that day. The ball is now with the very dangerous and very accurate corner forward for Claregalway. 20 level are going to be getting to county finals with the latter stages of A competitions. Here they are looking to take the lead and do. It's a simple tap over point. Shot well blocked down, brilliant. Callum just slows it down though, brings Conley into the game. Conley goes for one from outside. It's a fair effort. It's high up and it's over the bar.
2.3 missed last time.